In the Tang Dynasty of China, there was an official named Pei. He had a son who was in his teens, smart and talented, and very handsome. Pei loved him very much. Later, his son fell ill with a strange disease that got worse and worse. Medicine was useless, so Pei wanted to find a Taoist priest to cure him. One day, a man who claimed to be surnamed Gao came to knock on the door, saying that he knew how to use charms and could cure his son. Pei let him in and took him to see his son. Gao said, "This child is not sick with a common illness, but is entangled by a demon fox. But I have a way to cure him." Pei gratefully asked him to help. Gao used charms to summon the demon fox. After a while, his son suddenly said, "I'm cured." Pei was very happy, thinking that Gao was a real master. He brought out some good food and drink to entertain him, and then gave him a lot of money and cloth. Gao said, "From now on, I will come to see your son every day." Then he left. His son was cured, but his spirit was not good. He often talked nonsense, or laughed or cried, and could not control himself. Gao came every time, and Pei asked him to help. Gao said, "This child's soul was injured by the demon fox, and it has not returned yet. In a few days, he will be fine. You don't have to worry." Pei believed him. A few days later, another man who claimed to be surnamed Wang came, saying that he had divine power and could drive away the demon fox with scolding. He came to see Pei and said, "I heard that your son has a demon fox disease, and he hasn't recovered yet. I want to see him." Pei let him go to see his son. Wang was shocked when he saw him and said, "This young man has a fox disease. If he doesn't get treated quickly, it will get worse." Pei told him about Gao. Wang laughed and said, "How do you know that Gao is not a fox?" He sat down and prepared to use scolding to cure the disease. At this time, Gao happened to come. As soon as he entered, he cursed and said, "How did I cure your son's disease, and why did you invite a fox into the house? He is the demon fox." Wang saw Gao coming and also cursed and said, "Sure enough, it's a demon fox. You finally showed your true colors today. What do you need to use charms to summon?" The two men quarreled and insulted each other endlessly. Pei's house was in chaos, and suddenly another Taoist priest came. He secretly told Pei's servant, "I heard that Pei's son has a fox disease. I'm good at seeing ghosts. You just have to tell him to invite me in." The servant ran to tell Pei, and Pei came out and told him the situation. The Taoist priest said, "This is easy." He went in and saw the two men, and they also cursed him and said, "This is also a demon fox. How can he pretend to be a Taoist priest and deceive people?" The Taoist priest also cursed them and said, "Foxes should go back to the outskirts of the graveyard. How can they come to disturb the human world?" Then he closed the door and fought with them. After a while, Pei became more and more afraid, and his servant didn't know what to do. At night, the house suddenly became quiet. They opened the door and saw that the three foxes were lying on the ground, panting and unable to move. Pei picked up a whip and killed them all. His son recovered after a few months.